All right, let's talk about something that gets to, well, pretty much all of us, that negative voice in our heads. But we're not just going to talk about it. No, we are going to walk through a real step-by-step formula you can actually use to rewire your brain and build some genuine, lasting confidence. There it is. That one little sentence. I'm not good enough. I bet you've heard that one before, right? Maybe before a big presentation or a first date or even just looking in the mirror. And in that moment, man, it feels so real, doesn't it? I'm guessing it does. Because that little internal voice, that feeling that you're just not measuring up, that's a universal human thing. If you felt this, you are so not alone. The real question is, what are we going to do about it? And this is exactly why they're so powerful. It's not some loud, blaring alarm you can easily shut off. It's this quiet, sneaky whisper that just kind of creeps in when you're tired or stressed out. It's like background static, just humming along, quietly wrecking your day, and half the time you don't even notice it's happening. And those whispers, they start this awful chain reaction. They mess with your performance because you start hesitating. They absolutely chip away at your confidence, making you second guess every little thing. And worst of all, they just steal your peace of mind, leaving you in this constant state of what if and doubt. And look, I'm not just telling you this from some textbook. I'm sharing this because I have been there. I was completely stuck in that exact same loop of self-doubt, and honestly, it felt like there was no way out. But that's the key, realizing there is a way out. And that way out, it's not some magical thinking or vague advice like, oh, just be more positive. We all know that doesn't really work, right? What works is a process, a concrete, repeatable formula you can use to literally retrain your brain. It's a real technique, and it's all about method, not just your mood. Okay, so let's get into it. This is the good stuff. This is the actual formula for rewiring your brain. This is the system you can start using like today to take back control from those negative whispers. Here it is. 4 simple steps. Disrupt it, challenge it, replace it, and repeat. Seriously, think of it like a workout for your mind. Each step builds on the last, and together they create a powerful new mental habit. So, step 1. The second you catch that whisper, you have to interrupt it. Stop it in its tracks. Don't analyze it. Don't argue with it. Not yet. Just stop it. Physical action, like snapping your fingers or even just silently saying the word stop, works like magic here. It creates what's called a pattern interrupt, and it forces your brain to switch gears. Okay, once you've slammed on the brakes, it's time to become a detective. You got to ask yourself, wait a minute, is this thought actually 100% true? Where's the proof? What's the hard evidence? You're not trying to beat yourself up. You're just putting the thought on trial. And what's amazing? When you actually challenge these thoughts, you'll find that most of them, they're just stories. They're old fears. They're assumptions. They're narratives we've been telling ourselves for years. They're not objective, cold, hard facts. So you've stopped it. You've challenged it. You see it for the story it is. Now what? You got to fill that space. You can't just leave a void, right? This is where you consciously choose a new thought. Something that's more realistic, more helpful, and actually constructive. Now, if you're ever stuck and can't think of a replacement thought, this question is absolute gold. What would I tell my best friend if they said this about themselves? We are always so much kinder and more rational with the people we care about. So figure out what you tell them, then tell it to yourself. And the last step is maybe the most important. Repeat. This whole thing is not a one and done fix. The first few times you do it, it's going to feel a little weird, a little clunky. But the 10th time, it gets easier because you are literally building new roads, new neural pathways in your brain. With enough repetition, the positive route becomes the new automatic default. So, does this formula actually work in the real world? Oh, absolutely. Let's look at the proof, at what actually happens when you start putting this into practice and really take control of that inner conversation. I'm thinking about this one client I had, super brilliant guy. But he was just paralyzed by imposter syndrome, that constant whisper telling him he was a total fraud and was about to be found out. After he started consistently using this formula, he stopped hiding. He started owning his expertise, leading his team with this quiet confidence that he just never thought was possible for him. And for me, honestly, it's been a complete shift from self-sabotage to self-trust. It's not that the whispers have vanished completely, but they don't run the show anymore. I can hear them, but they have zero power over what I do. And let me tell you, that is freedom. When it comes right down to it, it's all about this one choice. It's so simple and so powerful. Are you going to be the one flying the plane, or are you just going to be a passenger getting tossed around by these old negative habits? This formula, it puts you in the pilot seat. And I want to leave you with this one last thought because it's so important. The research actually backs all this up. The effort you spend stopping and replacing negative thoughts, it has a way bigger impact on your happiness than just try to pile positive thoughts on top. Think about it. You've got to pull the weeds before you can plant new flowers. So which whisper are you going to